What is going on, guys? Ben Jamin here. I think I'm supposed to be doing a review or an interview or something. Let's see. Hey, yo, man. That's not me. That's guys. Guys, what are you doing on my channel? It's so quiet in here. Do you wanna do some ASMR? Who dis? Who dat? What's going on, Jared? Yeah, I don't know. I was left all by myself. Dude. Sniper.
What is going on, guys? Hey, how you all doing?
He's stealing my stuff.
So that was rigged, in case you guys didn't know. We'll go back again. What is going on, guys? Yeah, that guy has copywritten that. I'm not allowed to use it anymore. So just letting you all know.
I gotta remember everything's backwards, so if I do this, it doesn't work.
The joke, everybody. Yeah, that we set that up. Yeah, you got what I tell you. You gotta be ready at all times. You gotta be ready. Guys, welcome to Opening the Door. This is episode number 25.
Ooh.
Yes, and you are the final one for the year. If you guys don't know who this guy is beside me, I just had this awesome conversation with him a few minutes ago. This is a dude I found on Instagram, and his link and his Instagram link and everything will be in the description box after this ends. I found this guy sitting in his garage full of car parts and racing parts, probably skateboards and music equipment as well. And he's legitimately just giving you guys his opinion on beard products with a I don't care what you think about me attitude, no holds barred. And he was just direct and to the point. And that's how I am. I'm that type of guy as well. And I had to have him on here. And unfortunately, it took me a while to get him here because all you freaking goose like booked up your appointments here like instantly. And Ben was like, okay, let me get ready. And then he spends like $18,000 and gets all this new equipment and all this shit.
Yeah, that's how much too.
So what's he do? Then all of a sudden he just, look, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go on this channel, that channel. He's everywhere. He's like the next cool son of a bitch on the block. I'm giving you guys Ben Jamin, guys. If you don't know who he is, it's Ben Taps 63 over on Instagram. Welcome to the interview, my man.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Considering what happened to me a few days ago, my spirits are up. I'm good to go now, so I'm all right. How about you?
Good. Everybody's dealing with snow, and us in the Northeast is absolutely the same. we got hammered, not super bad, but what do we got? 6-8 inches outside, and I'm sure you being down in PA got some too, and it's just not fun. The first real snow every year just is not fun. It's not that we forgot. It's just it's no fun. It's like, this again, really?
Yeah, very, very true. Very true. When my job started talking about it, and my job honestly does not give a crap about any of us at all. They don't. And they started, you heard the managers talking about it. We're like, okay, this is actually going to be a thing. Well, I didn't go to work today because I don't want to take away from Ben's interview. I got in a car wreck a few days ago, guys. I totaled my car. I'm okay. Car's going to be paid for. I'm out of a car. Things happen. Move forward, right? So I didn't get to go to work yesterday or today because I don't have a car. I'm going back tomorrow. And yeah, life sucks. But anyway, it snowed real bad here. I think we got close to a foot. I'm not exactly sure of the measurement, but we got about a foot. We cleaned out. My brother-in-law, he's finishing up plowing out right now. Mandy and I did the rest. Oh, Devin, I'll send you photos, man. You'll be like, damn, it was my fault. It was my fault completely. Things happen.
Yep.
But We're here to talk with Ben Taft. We're going to talk a little bit of music. We're going to talk a little bit of racing. We're going to talk a bit about beard products, reviews, and all that good stuff. Because let's get into it, guys. You got to throw that out there. You do.
I don't even know where that came from. Like, everybody said I did it. I was like, do I? And started looking back. I was like, oh, I kind of do, don't I? Well, might as well own it and just do it every time.
It is you, man. It's your catchphrase.
I think it is E-Rock that always, if I don't do it correctly, every video he comments like, unacceptable, do it over.
That's funny. So give me a little bit of history. I got to ask it because I think you're maybe like a year or two older than me, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm 43. I'll be 44 in April.
Okay, I'm 39. I thought you were a little bit older. That's okay. That's okay.
Yep.
You got that. Are you a true New Yorker? Are you like born and raised in New York, or are you moving there?
This area, I mean, the furthest I've ever lived is like, I don't know, 40 minutes from here, and that was when I was in kindergarten, and then right back into the town that I currently live in. Matter of fact, the house, this bedroom I'm speaking in, is the house I grew up in from I think I was 6 years old till I was 18. I moved out, lived with my wife at different apartments, a different house like 10 minutes away, and then this became available, my childhood home. I'm like, yep, we're buying that place, and well, we agreed on it. My joke is that I wanted to move down south. My old man lives in Florida. Racing, a lot of racing stuff is down in the Carolinas, what have you. I wanted to move south. I like hot weather. So we compromised, and I got a mortgage in New York. That's
okay. See? You see right there. It's you. It is you. Tyson's even on it, man. It's you. Right. So you're living in New York.
Yep.
How bad is it? Tell me how bad it really is. Tell me the good and the bad. I got to know. I've never been there.
Western New York is a far cry from everybody's perception of New York is New York City. It seems. And a small story. I had a friend who bought a cart off of me. He came from West Virginia, and he literally was sending me a message like, hey, do you have any during the bad time during the summer there? Is there any rioting going on up there? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's just like, well, I got friends here, warning me about New York. I'm like, dude, our logo where I work, just a stone's throw away is an old railway station we turned into a bar. I'm like, we are nothing but northern rednecks up here, man. And he was like, he got up here and he's just like, this is God's country. I said, I told you, Western New York is completely different. Everybody's perception of what New York is. I'm like, it's different.
What city do you actually live in?
Dansville, New York. So I'm 45 minutes south of Rochester, New York. And it's like, like if Rochester's here, I'm here. And then Buffalo would move over here somewhere down in this. So I'm like an hour, 20 minutes from Buffalo, 45 minutes from Rochester. I'm just south of everybody.
Okay.
So I'm an hour from the border. I can be in PA in an hour.
Okay. I am honestly, people they're misleaded when I say I am honestly maybe 10 minutes into the Pennsylvania
right.
South Central. Like
yep.
If you know where Frederick, Maryland, Hagerstown, Maryland is, I am legitimately like 30 minutes away, 10 to 30 minutes away from there.
Right.
About an hour away from Baltimore. So
yep. Nice.
Yeah, I'm close to the tri-state. That's why I said I have a 40-minute drive straight south on one interstate to get to work.
Yeah.
I'm not that far away in driving, so it's all good.
Yeah.
So I got to ask you, just because I've been curious, you can keep in mind, because I do watch everyone's content as much as possible. Yep. And what exactly do you do for a living? Because I honestly have tried. I'm like, what the hell does he do? Because I've heard him talk about it. Yeah. What do you do?
I'm a body man. So the wreck that you just had, say that vehicle wasn't totaled, I'm the guy that fixes it. So if it's a side swipe, if it's a deer hit, if it's I do mild mechanical work. I'm not an engine brakes kind of guy, but body panels, repair, Bondo. Yep. Guys, there you go, E-Rock. I'm just a typical body guy. So yeah, I mean, right now, currently I'm putting a quarter panel on a 2020 Camry that was just mushed all the crap, cut it off. and sectioning that a brand new panel back onto that. So that's what I do for a living.
I would love to see what your take on what happened to my car. You'd be like, yeah, that ain't getting fixed.
We see all sorts. We had not picking on the gentleman, but he says that there was a suspension failure that took out his brand new truck, and it's just like, I don't think GM would have put that on the road if they thought that suspension was going to fail. I think that somebody was texting and just kind of.
I just sent him to you. Take a look.
Took out and that was what he told the police when they showed up.
Take a look. I just sent him to you. I want to see your opinion of the. You're gonna be like, damn.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yep.
That's a total car right there.
That's it. That is it. But I mean, if it wasn't for the, is that a Sheets that you were?
Yeah, we have Sheets in Pennsylvania.
I love Sheets. Oh, it's when I come down to race in PA, I hit Sheets every time I go there. I'm like, oh, I even took my wife one time. She's like, I know it's just like, fast kind of food, the fried food and stuff. She's like, it's so good. But yeah, I mean, if the cost wise, it didn't, total it, that would be a repair I'd do. I'd be the one repairing the core support, putting headlight and bumper and all this stuff on it. Yep.
The airbag actually went out, so they were like, "That's it." That's like the deciding factor. They were like,
"Those things are crazy expensive." The airbags are, and it isn't just an airbag. So, say your steering wheel airbag goes off, you have seatbelt pretensioners that go off, so they snug back up to you, so you don't move forward. Well, that's a whole nother assembly in the airbag. It's crazy. Their cars nowadays are so intricate. It's mind-boggling. We can buy them for so little money. Yeah, it's payments suck, but compared to the technology that's in them, they are relatively inexpensive.
So you legitimately I'm sure you had to go to do specific training to do all this type of stuff too, didn't you?
I have taken classes, iCar, ASE, stuff like that. Luckily for me, I've worked in the city. I've worked up in Rochester, and I was a flat rate guy. So say, something's written for 10 hours and you do it in 3, you still get paid the 10. And I had a friend of mine argue with it. He's like, well, hey, you're ripping people off. I'm like, do you know how to do it? And he's like, well, no. I said, that's why I get paid the 10 hours. And even if I do it in 3, that's why I get paid the 10 hours, because I know how to do it. You don't. I said, not to be insulting, but that's the way it is. I work in a hourly shop now, and we're local, so I don't have to keep up with a lot of that stuff. And I'm basically self-taught. My old man does this for a living. He does it in Florida, but you learn as you go. It's an ever-evolving industry. Things change the way, just now they're getting into aluminum repair. It's a little more difficult, but it's just ever-evolving. I'll learn it. I'll get it. And then go from there.
Tell me what vehicles you hate to repair. Tell me you're like, oh God.
Foreign cars, only because they're different than domestic. It isn't so much that they're badly built. It's a different way. So my mind is wrapped around domestic. I'm used to Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, whatever. I'm used to the way, what nuts, bolts they use.
Right.
When you get into foreign stuff, it's designed different. It's a little bit of pain in the ass. Like, how the hell did they do? Oh, wait, I got it.
Mandy wants me to get, because she's a fan, and that's her preference. She has her little Scion XB toaster. That's like her baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. She's really trying to find me a Toyota, Honda, something. And I'm like, I don't want one of those. Don't get me. You guys can laugh at me. I had a Chevy Equinox. That's just always been my favorite vehicle. I've always loved just how it is. I had it. Didn't even have it a year. It sucks, but I want to get it. Probably
Toyotas are actually they're much closer, because most of them are actually manufactured in the United States now. They are more closely designed like a domestic vehicle than they are a foreign vehicle. And honestly, Toyotas, you take care of them. My brother-in-law had a 2004 Camry that he got from somebody that was traveling from Buffalo to New York City, Albany, just all highway miles. And he got it, and it had just under 300,000 miles on it. He drove it till there was 344,000 miles on it. Keep the oil changed, keep them maintenance. They will go and go and go.
Andy is 290 on the Scion. She named him Zeke. Zeke has gotten her this far, so she's run that damn thing till it dies. But the thing it sucks is we were honestly going to look to get her another vehicle this year.
Yep.
Now we're probably going to have to look for two, and I'm like, shit,
This summer I went to go buy a truck, and my local dealership, I'm a Ford guy, so I went to a Ford dealership. It's like half an hour away. I wanted to get a truck. I was just going to lease it, and it was right before vacation. I wanted a new vehicle to drive us to vacation because it was a bit of a drive, like 5 hours. And I'm like, we just go in, well, we don't have the incentives, this and that. The guy calls me up. He tells me it was like $600 a month to lease a truck. I'm like, hell to the nah. That ain't happening. I happen to go to a guy I know. He's a used car dealership. He's actually my nephew's father. And he, 2019 Ford Escape, 17,000 miles on it. It was like 20 grand. So that's $300 a month. I'm like, sold.
Yeah.
And it's not the truck I wanted, but it's like, you know what? It's a good vehicle for the family. It's reliable. Let's go.
Yeah. To answer this, Billy Rogers, sorry to hear about that, man. My prayers and thoughts are with you. That's terrible to hear. But on the flip side of that, hell to the freaking yeah. I'm telling you, I love that IPA beer.
Ooh.
And I don't care if it's Steve Austin's beer. It tastes really good. It's expensive. It's like $14 for a 4-pack. I don't care. It's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, you got to think, though. Go to a bar, go to a restaurant, buy a pint of beer. You're paying $4 to $5 minimum for that pint of beer.
Yep.
What's the difference? I don't have a problem paying a lot of money for a good beer. If it's garbage, I'll never drink it again.
Right.
But that Broken Skull IPA, all day. Freaking day.
I fight with my cheap side. I love bourbon. Bourbon and Cokes, bourbon straight, whatever. I enjoy bourbons. But my cheap side is like, dude, you get up into what I consider expensive would be $20, $30, $40 for a bottle. I'm like, Evan Williams is my fan. This is my favorite because it's $14.
Evan Williams makes one of the best 100 proof $20 bottle of bourbon.
Yep, it's great.
You cannot beat that for the price.
I did get Four Roses. Four Roses is pretty good too.
Four Roses, I tried the $20 bottle. It was good. Yeah. However, Mandy and I were lucky enough. They make that small batch single barrel with the leather cuff on it. That's like $50, $60, $70. We got it when it first come out. It was $35.
Ooh.
That is Mandy's all-time favorite drink.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the funny part. She doesn't like to drink it. She cooks with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. and I'm telling you, man, like when we get it, it's gone within a day because I'm on it and she is, and we're cooking with it. Like it's good. And I hate wasting alcohol like that. But if it's good to cook with, such as wine, I'm buying it, Like where she told me here real soon, she's going to make a Guinness stew. So I know I'll be having a Guinness here in the future. And I know, what the hell does she want to make? She wants to try to make like a pasta with wine, like a wine sauce of some sort. I'm like, okay, dude, go for it.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens. What is your favorite bourbon though? If you had to pick, no price budget, what would you pick?
I haven't had a ton of experience only because of my cheapness. I really want to get some Buffalo Trace. I have heard it's so good.
Right there. McKenna, it's the green label, I think, Billy. Ooh. I think that's what you're talking about. That went up in price because the world deemed it the best bourbon to get. So they doubled the price of it.
Yep.
It's great, but I ain't paying that much money for it.
Oh, yeah, no, I have a coworker of mine.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
You've never had Buffalo Trace?
Nope.
Dude, you don't know what you're missing.
We went up. See, that's the downside to living in Western New York is we have to go places like Rochester or Henrietta to find stuff, and then they don't always have it. And I was looking for Buffalo Trace. They were out of it. I was like, ooh, Four Roses. So I bought the Four Roses. This is pretty good.
I will not knock Four Roses, man. When I went touring, the female that was my bass player, she's in a bourbon club, like a legitimate Facebook bourbon club. They go and travel to the distilleries. Like they pay $300 to $500 a person, but what they do, they pay a specific amount to do the tour, and they pay and buy a barrel. They legitimately get a barrel included in that.
Right.
And what they do, they have to. It's don't quote me to this, but it's like they either take the barrel with them, or they have to it'll be delivered somewhere, and they legitimately got to sign away.
Yep.
It's I guess you could say it's kind of illegal, but they do it the legal way. And it's like there's paperwork on it, so because they're tracing it. Well, she had 4 roses, and it came straight from the 4 roses. And dude, it was like night and day, drinking it from a bottle on the shelf and drinking it out of that barrel.
Yep.
She brought it on tour with her, and I'm like, I'm drinking it from a bar. And I'm like, this is completely different.
Yep.
So good. So good. Definitely worth the money and the time. I'm reading all Billy Rogers. I can tell he is a big bourbon fan.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I'm glad to hear that.
And it was such a far cry. I mean, you look back to I hated beer in general. Partying, high school, this and that. It was always the cheap crap. It was always Busch Light or Busch or, whatever anybody could get their hands on. And then finally, I met a real good friend of mine. His name's Jesse Sprinkle. And in the music, we'll talk about him a little bit more, but he was just like, you hate beer. How can you hate beer? I was like, it's disgusting. Coors Light and all that. And he's just like, oh, it's because you haven't had beer. What did he hand me? A Yingling. And I'm like, what? And I drank it. I'm like, this is really good. He's like, it's because it's beer.
There is one cheap beer you may not have had, and if you have not, I'm going to be shocked. That I love, and I'm not allowed to drink it because Mandy, she just can't stand it. Past Blue Ribbon. I love.
Oh yeah.
Past Blue Ribbon is like the cheapest of the cheapest you can get.
Yep.
And people, it's either you love it or you hate it. There is no in between.
I don't mind it. Yeah, but if I like a summer beer, Miller Lights are okay. Just something light and fresh. But if I have a choice, it's something like a Yingling, something, just a lager, something with some body to it. And it's like, ooh, that's tasty.
I really got into drinking craft beers this summer. I really explored. I found I'm a hazy or a juicy IPA guy, and that's fine. But I try not to go any further than that. I'm like, all right, give me a hazy.
Yep.
There's juicies. Oh, there's night and day in a hazy and a juicy IPA. So much different. More fruit in the juicies. And the hazies, it's more dry, I guess you say. But I really enjoy drinking either one. I don't care. I'm an IPA all day. Right. I will not try that Hershey's chocolate porter, Billy. I can't do chocolate and beer. I can't do it. I tried it once, and I'll never do it again.
Shoot, what is it? What is the one down by Erie? Shit. I actually know a guy that works there. Oh, frick. Damn it. There's a brewery down by Erie, PA. In
Rolling Rock? Rolling Rock's down there. That's
no. It's like I have a beer in my fridge still from the guy, but they do all sorts of weird stuff. It's real. They make a creme brulee, and it's weird because it's a very deep, rich. Yeah. And then the aftertaste is creme brulee. It's like, what the hell? Southern Tier Brewing Company.
Okay.
They're down there.
I've heard of that.
Yep. They make it's very dense, very dark. Stuff is like, holy shit, man.
Yeah. So let's switch the topic. We won't delve into this too much, just because I got to ask, just so I can get to know my guests a little bit more. So we're not colleagues. I like to consider all my guests friends.
Yes.
After we do our interview, and I've considered you a friend before. Tell me a little bit about your family. I mean, you've been married, 20 years, I'm guessing?
1998. We met in 94. We met end of 94, started dating February of 95, married in 98, and still going to this day now. So
it's awesome that a husband remembers almost pretty much to the day. That
February 27th. I think that's the day we started dating. And then August 29th is our wedding anniversary.
That's
I
awesome
think.
that he remembers the dates, guys. You got to admit, because not a lot of guys know. They're like, oh,
No.
but they'll look at the wife. They'll go,
Yeah. What was that?
95? And they smack you in the face because they wouldn't expect you to know it. I mean,
But
I
yeah,
was tattooed on my wrist, only because it is one of the best days of my life, I will admit.
other than that, my daughter is 18 now, and she is actually employed alongside with my wife at because of COVID, all the stuff. The kids have cohorts, they're different days. Well, they're helping the kids with their work the days they're not in school. And we have a local, it used to be the junior high. It's now a local community college, but the extra rooms they have. So they do that for a living right now. And she's 18, so she has her first job. She's doing that. And my son just turned 15. So a couple more years, he'll be looking to do something as well. And maybe I can stop doing that. Was what I was going to bring up about the car, working on cars. I don't want to breathe Bondo dust my entire life. So I have another good 3 to 5 years in me before I'm shutting her down. Like I don't, my old man has starting emphysema. It's a dirty industry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It'll mess with your health, and I don't want to do it the rest of my life.
Your daughter is now 18.
Yeah.
Throw her out. Tell them tough love. Get out.
Yeah. Get out.
That's a joke.
That would be.
I told my kid, my girls, and I scared the crap out of them. I said, you all rolling up to work, I'm throwing you out. Like
right.
I did like they're like what? I was like, yeah. You're getting thrown out when you're 18. I'm like, I don't care what you say. Like
that's even if I said that, my wife would interject and say, "You can stay here as long as you want, honey."
Usually how it works.
Yep.
But I wouldn't throw my children out regardless. Yep. We got Beards and Banjos in the house. That's my brain.
Oh.
Hey, welcome, Brian. You know I love you, man. So, quick question: what do you got in beard? I got to ask you because we haven't even talked about it yet.
Oh, I just got out of the shower because my hair was all wackadoo after normally I shower a bit later, but I was like, oh, I'm going to be on screen. I better at least look myself. I should look representable. I put in Distinguished Caballero. Distinguished
Caballero from
Defined.
Good one. Everyone answer the question. What do you got in beard? Tonight, Damn Yankee Beer Company's Cedar Tobacco Vanilla.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I go to, it's still probably my most used scent. 1912 doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Right. Yeah.
But Cedar Tobacco Vanilla, I swear, till I say this is the everyday scent for me right here.
1912 is one of only a couple bottles I finished all the way. Just doing what we do, you have so many that it's hard to kill a bottle. And Distinguished is down to like a third. Matter of fact, After Party is getting down there too. Like Chesapeake and stuff. I had Scarecrow was almost gone. It's like, holy shit. You can tell what ones I love by shaking the bottle like, woo.
How can you not like, honestly, Scarecrow, Chesapeake? That I don't care what anybody says.
Yep.
Gary made that. That's just like a gold mine right there. I still say it to this day. It is one of the absolute greatest.
It's so unique.
Very unique that you'll ever smell.
Yep. So very unique.
I really do mean that. It's really good.
Yep.
Oh, we got beard meds with some Honest Amish balm. That's a good combination, E-Rock, I got to tell you.
Mystery Man, good one.
Devin. Hardtack. Yep.
That's a good one.
Devin's we got Mountaineer River. I never tried Copper John's yet. Cigarwood Oud. That's money right there. Mm-hmm. Santa's Slayer Renewed Man. Okay.
Ooh, he's got a new line that flight there.
Okay, we got Evangeline. That's a sleeper right there. That's a sleeper. Winter's Chill Artist, man. We got. Damn. That's cool. Now, I don't know who you are. So what we're going to do, because I can do this, you're in timeout. So you ain't going to be flagged. I don't care who you are. Sorry. My channel, my rules.
But
anyway, we jumped up a
curse word.
That's simple. Don't jump in a live stream to be a douche. It's real simple. Yeah. So let's get to your schooling. I'm guessing you were, or did you go to college? Because I'm guessing you were, you went right out of high school to body work, I'm guessing.
No, I actually was a farmer for 5 years of my life. Well, all right. I graduated. I took essentially the summer off to party and be an asshole, and then I had to get a job. So I went into farming. My my wife's ex-boyfriend got me a job at the local farm milking cows. So went in there. It was square peg round hole was it. I mean, I grew up kind of in town, but out of town because my grandparents lived out in the sticks. So 3-wheelers and, the boonies and being out in all that stuff. I had that, but I also lived in town. So it was just not my forte. I learned it. I got pretty good. I was fairly fast. I worked there, I think 2.5 years. I left I was going to go to Art Institute of Pittsburgh. That failed just because I don't like cities. We moved immediately back. My old man decided, hey, I'll teach you how to do body work. So I did that for a couple of years. And then I wanted to buy a house. I went back to the farm because I knew it was a steady income. So I did that. And then another 2.5 years there. And it was just like, dude, I'm burnt out. I'm going to go back to body work.
Happens, man. It happens. It really does. I can honestly say I didn't go to college. I should have, like a moron when I was young and dumb. Thought I knew everything. Yep. Do I regret it now? No. Because no offense to Devin, I love you or anybody else. If you don't go to school for the specific right thing, good luck getting a job when you get out.
Yeah. And it's there, School of Hard Knocks and all that. It's you can learn as you go a lot of what is around us type of thing.
You see, I mean, it's you.
Dude.
It's you, man. I'm telling you. It's you. It is your personality. You cannot deny it.
What's funny is I work, the one guy could care less about YouTube or anything. He'll never look at my channel or anything. I have a painter that works with me and he has seen my videos. He says, what is a funny thing is I'm sure some people watch your material and think, oh, this guy's putting on an act. He says, and I work with you every day and I am the exact same person.
Your personality, guys.
Yeah.
I'm asking the viewers. You can't tell me this guy's personality is just badass. He's just a laid back dude. Dude, he is.
Well, my wife often comments, she's just like, nobody gets to see the bad side. I'm like, listen, I am nice to everybody till they give me a reason not to be. And even still, could I blow up at somebody? Sure. Is it going to change it? Probably not. So why bother?
There's your proof right there. Corey. Yep. Corey didn't go to college. He owns a company.
Yep.
This guy here, we pay to send him to school, and he swears he can dunk a basketball, but I'm waiting to see it. I'm just saying. I mean, you're welcome for your tuition.
Listen, 5'9". I used to be able to hang off the rim. I got tiny little hands.
Yeah, I dunked a basketball one time in my life. One time, 10-foot rim.
I could 5'9". I could jump up, hang off the rim all day long, add 160 pounds, not the 200 I am now.
Yep,
but,
exactly. I was in shape. I could have taken anybody, but now, no. I'm almost 40. I'm out young. I'm fat. I'm out of shape. Yep. Oh. That's my own fault.
That's my wife and I already have. I never do New Year's resolutions, but it was just like both of us are like, hey, there's a treadmill literally sitting here. And it's just like after the New Year's, let's start to eat a little healthier. Christmas cookies would be all gone. And then, if we get in a regimen of both of us doing a little bit of walking, like just let's go in a little bit,
I'm with you, man. I don't know if you know this or not. I've recently found out that I am diabetic and it's time for me to make a life change. And I'm not going to lie to you guys on camera. It's been a slow change because don't get me wrong. It's holiday time. It's Christmas time. We're all in a rush. We're all eating bad foods. And I ain't lying. I haven't really given it 100% yet. Me and Mandy have both said, just like you said, we're doing it right after the new year. I'm changing my life 1,000,000%. Right. If that means changing my YouTube schedule, so be it. If I change my food schedule, whatever, I'm going to do what I got to do because I'll be 40 next year and I need to start taking my life a lot more serious because I don't want to die early. I would like to live.
My wife just scheduled me for a doctor's appointment. Turns out I haven't been to the doctor's in 11 years, 13 years, something like that. I still have a paper chart. I'm not even in the computer system.
Damn.
Holy shit, man.
Wow.
So I got to go get some blood work done. That's in March, I think it was when they got me in. Go get some blood work. Just make sure everything's working. So I figured, hey, if I start on this stuff now, my wife and I we buckled down 3 years ago, something like that. Walking every night. We're taking our dog for a walk. We're watching what we're eating, and both of us dropped like 30 pounds. It was great. Felt amazing. But boy, if that couch ain't comfortable, if that food ain't good, whoo.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. I'm the same way. I just need to get my ass in gear 100%. 100%. Like I said, I was doing good, and just the holiday. I don't want to take this the easy way out. The holidays just ruin you. They do.
Yeah, right.
Because you're always, I got to get this, I got to get that, I got to work, I got to do this, I got to do that. If you have a family, you're doing the Christmas stuff, it takes a toll on you. It really does. People don't see it, but it really does.
Yep.
Do what we have. What we got here? We all need you around. Your family needs you even more. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Come on, guys, get your yearly check.
I know. Well,
I go to the doctor, Brian. You know I do. Damn it. And my doctor did not lecture me. She honestly told me, she's like, it's time. She is just legitimately, it's time. It's time to change your life around. You can do this. You can beat this. I'm like, okay, Yep. So you can't yell at me anymore, Brian. Stop.
You can yell at me still.
Shit. Let's get into this racing business that you're into. So I'm saying this as a joke. Are you making a left turn a lot? I mean, do you really make that many left-hand turns?
That I do. It's actually kind of funny. There's a video on my channel. I have two channels. One's Cart 63, and I was posting GoPro stuff over there. But there's a couple on Jamin, and somebody commented like 2 days ago. They're just like, "Oh, do you lift at the flag stand and just go around the bottom? This is boring racing." And I'm like, my comment, it's not beard stuff related. It's just like, you know what? Be my guest. Really, don't lift. Go to the high side and don't lift, and I'll see you in the hospital, buddy. Essentially what I was alluding to. Like, yeah, no, if you think you can do it faster, I'm turning 8.7 second laps there or some shit. It's like, good luck.
I haven't had that flavor. I got my first colonoscopy 4 years ago. Haven't had that flavor of Gatorade since. Oh my god. Damn, okay. That sounds like something you say. You goofball. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. So explain to me, because I gotta admit, I've not watched those videos.
Yeah.
Is this like a big go-kart you're racing?
They're standard go-karts as far as go-karts go. Our definition of go-kart, no suspension. The different chassis designs, the flex of the chassis is your suspension. So what we do is we take the regular, they put like 13 horsepower, what they call clones, and that's your standard go-kart.
Okay.
They're huge all over the world, all over the United States. What we do is we take high horsepower engines and put them on there.
Oh, whoa. Hold on. Wait a minute. We have a $19.95 donation.
Yep.
From Eat Hardtack to get extra Miralax and Gatorade. Oh my God. Holly,
Holly's great.
I love you. I love you, lady. I do.
Thank you for the sense of humor. It's perfect.
Thank you for the phone call earlier. Thank you for calling and checking up on me. Appreciate that very, very much. But a $20 donation for everybody. Oh, great. Yep. Back to what we're talking about the motor. We're talking about.
So we take high horsepower stuff. What we consider high horsepower. So your motocross bike, your 450s, your 250 two strokes. And we take those motors off the bikes and put them on the cart. So it's way more horsepower than is supposed to be on there. And then you try and do the same thing that the other guys do. Now, our rules, we can have wings. There are parameters to how wide, long, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Make your body work. But we use the air. So it's a wedge cart. So you use the air, you use downforce and stuff. And yeah, I did that for quite a while.
Are you not racing anymore?
I took a step back. I was the administrator for the Upstate Unlimited All-Stars. And this year I retired. I was administrator for like 7 years. It was becoming not fun. I'm way too competitive. It was going to cause an issue with friends of mine because we were getting into altercations on track. And I thought,
Did you
you know
punch someone
what?
in the face? Did you?
Yeah. Huh?
Did you punch somebody in the face?
No. I wanted to, but being an administrator, you can't do things like that.
Yes, you can. Mr. McMahon can do it. Why can't you?
It's there, and it's funny because everybody sees this, you know, I'm a happy person. I've been, you know, nose to nose with numerous people screaming at a track, just you mother.
I could see that. I could see you doing that. I really could.
It's I'm not an angry person, but if you hit the right buttons, I'll get there. Yep. And competition wise, that's it. It's been a difference because I'm race mode. It's, you know, I'm competitive. Coming into this world of like YouTube, making videos and stuff, I can't be competitive because it'll tear me up. You know, it's just like, why isn't anybody watching my videos? I had to take a step back and, you know, learn, like, just take it as it comes. You'll be fine. Nothing's going to blow up if you don't, you know, win.
True story. Don and I were dating for a short time, and he made me get my first colonoscopy in my late 20s. Family history of cancer. Hey,
Wow.
There you go.
My old man they found a little bit of cancer in him, and he had surgery a couple of years ago or something like that. And he forewarned me. He's like, "Hey, you might want to get that checked out." I'm like, "Ugh, all right."
Well,
yep.
It's a good thing you did.
Yep.
I'm turning 40 next year, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing that myself.
That's some people are, you know, they're like, I can't believe you're, you know, 43 going on 44. I'm like, dude, I don't act a day over 18.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong.
No, not at all.
Do you see yourself returning to race? I'll say,
no, I'm gonna be racing. I'm gonna go race local. Okay. The whole traveling thing. My last race that I participated in was at the bottom of Ohio. It was 9 hours down, 9 hours back, and it didn't go so well. I had to lick my wounds for 9 hours and sulk in defeat. And it was bad. It mentally just not that great for me. And it's just like, I am not having fun doing what I'm doing right now.
Right.
So my local buddies, they've been trying to build up a different class with different engines, same concept, different engines, at the local track. And it's like an hour and 20 minutes for me. I'm like, yes, let's go back to the roots. Let's go back to having fun. And then I can dabble in the high horsepower stuff still, but, you know, just get back to having fun. It's the older I get, the more I want to take stress away from me. I don't like it. I don't want to be angry.
Do you? I'm just curious. Do you own your own cart, or are you like sponsored?
Kind of sponsored. Here's the deal. My buddy Walt, he raced carts for 50 years. They built their own carts. That's how old he is. He is 73, I think now, and he is old CB. He's Navy, Vietnam era Navy is where he came from. And he's always raced carts. He had his kids kind of into carts, this and that. Well, it just got to a point where he can't physically keep up anymore. We've been friends for almost since the beginning when I started racing. So 17 years I've known the guy. And the past 3-4 years, he was just like, listen, I can't physically compete anymore. I want to be involved in it. I have money. You have skill. You also have time and ability to work on the carts. We can learn together. We can go to the races. I'll be, you know, car chief, whatever. And we'll do this together. So he bought a ton of the stuff I was racing, and it became a partnership. Yes, he financed it, but it wasn't sponsored per se. You know, like I have a little skin in the game because I'm the one that works on the stuff. I'm the one that, you know, I have to scale. I have to, you know, if I blow up a motor, I have to put a piston in it, all this stuff. So it's not exactly, you know, full sponsorship. Like here's all this stuff for free. Right. It's like, you know,
you're a part of the team.
Yeah. If we sell, like we're considering selling one of the engines, I will only get a small portion of that motor because I only have a small portion invested in it. You know, it's he spent the majority of the money on it, so he gets it back, which is rightfully so. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm guessing the number you race is 63 then.
Yeah. My old man used to race motocross, and when I was growing up, and that was huge. Back back motocross before they really had great suspension. So they were taking road bikes, putting suspensions on them, and then, jumping and getting into races with one another. So you're talking, he was racing motocross 75 to 80, somewhere in there. I think he quit like 83. So I was born in 77. So, he quit very shortly after I was born and a kid. He broke his shoulder and everything else, and he was just like, I can't do it anymore. Gravity sucks.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now, you were a motor racer. Did you skateboard too?
Oh yeah. That was I just got done telling my son, like, he was, seasons change there. I tell him about cycles, and I'm like, this, we got snow right now, but I said, don't be surprised if we don't have snow on Christmas. I said, I was 13 years old when I got my very first skateboard, and there was no snow for 2 weeks after Christmas because I skateboarded every day. I was learning and everything. But yeah, I was huge into skateboarding. That was kind of my junior high into high school type of thing. And then I started to trail off of that. I got more into sports and just had less time for skateboarding, but
I was stupid, and I will not ashamed to admit it. I skateboarded when I was younger, and yeah, it was because of Tony Hawk, because that was like, to me, I still think he's the greatest to ever do it. I bought a Birdhouse skateboard that had his logo and everything on it, and I just used everything he did.
Yep.
I wasn't very good, I will say that, but my ankles remind me every day.
My left ankle snaps every day because of I was doing a kickflip off the junior high steps. That was just not too far from me here. And I landed one foot on the board, the other foot underneath sideways. And then it's been messed up ever since. I was 15 years old, and it cracks today like it did back then.
I know. I feel your pain. I know exactly what you're talking about, man. Excuse me a second. Need a drink.
Yep.
I ate too much for dinner. I had turkey burgers and Mandy's homemade cheese sauced fries. It was really, really good.
Ooh,
actually,
nice.
Yeah, we had some good stuff tonight. So we got to talk about it because it's long overdue. You already know we're going down that route. Me and Ben have a common interest. We both have been doing it, I think, for quite a while.
Yeah,
music. Tell me about. As you guys have heard my story tons of times. Let's hear Ben Taft's music story. Tell me back from the beginning till now.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny. Back in high school, I had a real good friend play bass, and we were just goofing around in his basement, and he was playing. I don't even know what it was, but I picked up the mic. I was goofing, and I screamed. Like, I don't know what possessed me to do it. He was just like, "Holy crap!" And like, what is that? Fast forward many years later, my best friend, his name's Doug. He is half German, half American. And I say that because after he graduated, he went to Germany to learn how to bake cakes and stuff. He got a degree in culinary stuff. When he came back, he didn't want to do that anymore, but he's just like, he always played bass when we grew up together. And it was just like, he was like, what do you think about getting in a band? And I was like, yeah. I mean, we could try. We played around in high school. I did a little, there's a cover band. I did Enter Sandman and AC/DC and stuff like that. And I never performed live. It was just up in the bedroom type of thing. So we reached out. We found who's my current drummer now, which is funny. Put an ad out in the Penny Saver looking for a drummer, want to play around. And that kind of sparked things. We did the whole garage band bad stuff for a long time. You get into drugs, you get into partying, and that's what it's about. And you get lost in the lifestyle rather than the music. And it wasn't until I started to chill out with that stuff, the music started to come along, different iterations of the band. Finally, it was 12 years ago, or it would have been longer than that. We broke up 12 years ago. We found my current guitarist, his name's Sean, from local, but we just got to know him, and he had the talent in order to play. We wrote some songs, sounded great, and Doug just lost interest. And I said, well, if you're not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. And I bailed. He bailed. I bailed. And 12 years later, he worked for Walmart. He bounced around, and he came back. He bought a house in town. He was just like, he calls me up one day. He's like, dude, what do you think about getting the band back together? I'm like, no pressure. I said, nobody's getting signed here. That dream of that lofty dream back when, oh, we're going to tour, we're going to write, we're going to be the next Linkin Park, blah, blah, blah. And it's a pipe dream. You know, some people can do it, but reality is it's not going to happen. And we've been around that block. Like, if this is for fun, if we can write music, if you want to just practice and be involved in music, we'll record stuff. That's fine. Maybe we'll play a show, but this thing where I'm not doing the party aspect anymore. I can't. I'm too old. I don't want to do it. And he agreed 100%. And I'm like, if you want to make music, and we've written 2 or 3 songs since we got back together, I'm like, hell to the yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
It feels good, doesn't it? It no one will honestly understand. And I hate saying this to people who aren't musically inclined or have never played music. You'll never understand what we talk about until you honestly do it. And I say that if you're a sports player and your thing, setting an example to Devin. Devin's a basketball player. And I know in my heart and in his heart that's his life.
Right.
No one can take that away from him. When he's on that court, that is his zen. That's his happy place.
Yep.
That's what he loves to do. Same as for me and Ben. When I'm on that stage, that's like my vacation. You know, that's the greatest place I can be. And I'm sure you probably felt the same way. And it doesn't matter if I'm playing someone else's stuff. It doesn't matter if I'm making my own. I don't really care. If I'm up there and I'm playing or I'm singing whatever. Yep. If I got one person singing right with me or grooving right with me, I'm like, I'm in. I'm good. I'm in the moment. And you will never be able to understand it until you can look and you see a crowd and they're just waiting for you to like go to the next riff or the next song. There's like, bring it. What do you got? You know, they want it as much as you do.
We wrote a song 12 years ago called Spin, and it was the closest thing to radio friendly that I will ever do. I don't, I'm a screamer at heart. That's just, I do sing a little bit, but it's mostly screaming. So it was the closest thing to a radio friendly song we ever did. Yes, it still had screams in it. But it was pretty basic. Now, fast forward 12 years, we started playing the song. Well, then I think it's because we're calmer. We're not in that pressure anymore that we think we have to learn these songs to play out and this and that. They started playing around musically with it and really layering, the sounds to it. And I'm like, I'm still pretty much doing the same thing, but it's just morphed into more of like an epic type of sound. And I'm like, yes. Oh, I love this. I'm loving this.
Isn't it amazing how so you've been the singer of the group the entire time, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. When I started out, I started out playing with the group that I started. I was the guitar player, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a lefty, so my choice of instrument is very limited because they're too expensive. So that right there hindered on a lot of stuff for me. But we honestly did a lot of just digital, just recording through the computer and all that stuff. But the thing I really enjoyed was 4-track recording because it's just so simple, so easy. Plug, press record on the tape, and you can find hundreds and hundreds of hours of like great things on a 4-track tape, and you never know. But we had fun doing that, and it started to grow because we put out, well, locally, not big wise. We put out a couple CDs of our stuff, and it was like industrial, kind of like it was all over the place. It didn't really have a genre, and people were like, it started getting people's attention. Well, we said, okay, let's go to the next step. So we got a drum set, we got a guitar rig, we got a bass rig. We went to the next step. And one day they were like, get a set of drumsticks, you're going to play. And I was like, yeah, okay. and then we just went from there. And the singer left, and he and I sounded a lot alike. One day I just picked up the microphone, and they're like, yeah, you're the new singer. Now we need to find a drummer. That's exactly how that worked out. And my band went, and we sounded pretty much like Pantera and Hatebreed. That we pretty much stole their sound completely. I ain't afraid to admit it. 2 awesome, amazing bands. Got to play with one of them a couple times.
Nice.
Yeah. Damn right. I got to play with Hatebreed a couple times. Yeah, I did. I'm proud of that, damn it.
The
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Thank you. I got the thumbs down from Chris. Appreciate it. Awesome. No, I played with Soulfly. I played with Lamb of God, Chimera, Hatebreed, Full Blown Chaos, Sworn Enemy. Sworn Enemy's from New York, in case you didn't know that. Yeah, Full Blown Chaos is from New York as well. Got to play with Flaw in my career. I played with a lot of bands. I have.
My claim to fame, nobody knows, is me. It's hilarious. NASCAR 2014. There's a song. I was involved in a band. It's called Transparent, and it was a studio band. We played a couple shows, but that was after everything was written, type of thing. So, long story short, the guys doing the soundtrack were actually doing it in Alfred State College up here in New York, and the one guy knew the lead singer of this band, Transparent, and I was adding accent screams into the song, and the music didn't need screams, but they wanted it. All right, fine. I was a screamer for hire. Cool, that's great. We did a couple shows and everything. Long story short, they sent a song down to the executives or whatever who were doing this NASCAR game for Xbox, PlayStation, and all that. They loved the song so much they put it as the menu song. It's a song called Bridges, and the scream in it is me. So that's my claim to fame, that nobody knows it's me.
Do you have it? Do you have the?
Oh yeah. I still have it.
That to me. I need to hear it. I need to hear that.
It's hilarious. I mean, it's not groundbreaking music or anything like that, but when the screams come in, that's me, and it's just like,
I need to hear that.
I'm on a video game.
That's cool.
Freaking hilarious.
That's really cool. Damn. Yep. No, I don't have any claim to fame. I was on our local radio station twice. I mean, that's nothing. You know, a local radio station should be supporting their local acts before they support anything else anyway.
Yep.
When I was playing music, I didn't give a damn about playing, big band. I was like, locals. This is where it's at right here.
The Rochester scene still is really very new metal. They've continued that Korn, Deftones-y type of sound. They still do it, and they do it well. If you go up to a Rochester, a show up in the city there, it is very, very good. But it brings you back. It brings you back to the 2000s when Korn was huge, and it was like, oh, dude.
Now, what type of music are you playing now? What are you playing?
I would say it's probably I can't put us in a genre. It's new metal style. It's heavy. A bit of melody type of stuff, just chunky stuff. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I sent the thing to Kerry because he was in a band and singer and all that. Kerry from Defined.
Yeah.
So I sent him my one song, and he's like, dude, that's really cool. I'm like,
yeah, you got to send it to me. I want to hear. I'm very curious to hear it. I am. Everything I've ever made has been on Spotify. Yeah. So all you do is look up the 3 groups, and you'll hear it.
Yeah. We plan on going back in the studio after the new year, and once that happens, Spotify wasn't a thing 12 years ago,
right?
So
it was mp3.com. Remember, it was mp3.com.
Yeah, that's everything was. I have little stuff here and there, but it's nothing. Matter of fact, the song that I'll send you is under a different name. So I mentioned Jesse Sprinkle before. Jesse Sprinkle was the drummer in Demon Hunter for the first 2 albums.
Yeah, he was.
He is the brother who. His brother, Tooth and Nail, programmer or whatever he was, what is it called? Audio tech. And Jesse actually lives 40 minutes from me. When we go to record, I'll be in his studio. He's become a very good friend of mine. He's on the songs that I'll send you, singing.
Okay.
Jesse Sprinkle, he's a super dude. And he married a girl I went to school with. That's how she went out to Seattle, met him. He moved back here. Now I know him. And it's just like, you see him in the videos. It's like, what the fuck? What?
Demon Hunter is a group that not a lot of people, they don't get the recognition they deserve. Demon Hunter. Oh, yeah. I don't listen to them anymore, but when they come out, I was like, wow, this is a group people need to listen to.
Yeah. In fact,
I gotta ask you, because I always ask, what is your guitar tuning you playing?
What the hell is it? best friend's trying to call me. I told him I was on a live stream tonight. He'll call in the middle of band practice. I tell him we practice on Wednesdays. He'll call me at band practice, and then I told him I was on a live stream, so he called again. We play. We've set up for A or drop A for Korn because we do just one song. And the original tuning of "And So This Ends" was in, I think it's drop A. But most of our stuff is drop D.
That's what we do. We do the Slipknot tuning. We don't do the Deftones old B standard. You know how we do it. B F sharp, B E G sharp, C sharp. We drop it all.
He just like is the interview tonight? It's like, yeah, jackass.
My guitar is in B. Like it's I play. People are like, it sounds out of tune. I'm like,
it is amazing. Korn's tuning, because we just do Clown. We cover Clown, just shits and giggles for fun. Well, my bassist was so low with his original 5-string, and he's just like, it's almost inaudible. You can't pick, it's so low. It's like, this is disgusting. He went up to Guitar Center. He picked up a different Ibanez with better pickups on it, and all of a sudden it's crisper. It needed to pick up because of Fieldy's style, the slap style. It needed to pick up those to make it audible. And it was like, what the hell?
They always use the EMGs for the most part. It was always EMGs.
Yep.
Always. That's what they were like. We learned as we went along. You know, we started out using the bottom of the barrel rigs and stuff. And now every guitarist that I've played with, they all use Mesas. Mesa Boogie amps all the way.
Surprising.
You know, it wasn't that if I forced it. I was like, if we're going to go forward, you got to upgrade, you know, and we did. And they still use Mesas to this day. And I'm like, thank you.
I had a tiny stint when in a Rochester band. Real good. He's a real good. Mike is in a different band now. Obviously, it was years ago, but he had a PV 5150, and I tell you what, you wouldn't think that amp has crunch to it, has chug, but whoo, buddy. Oh.
That is the no. I'm not. It's weird. It's not weird. Last year, the number one thing I wanted for Christmas was a Mortal Kombat machine, and I got it. I've been looking for this for years, and I was a PV 5150.
Yep.
I want one so bad. It's not because Eddie Van Halen died. It's a simple fact. Not a lot of people know this. That amplifier molded the new heavy metal era's music. Considering, I don't know if you listen to them, Trivium.
Oh, yeah.
Every album they've made is recorded through a PV 5150. Chimera. You remember Chimera?
Yep.
5150s. And I'm not making this up. If you want to listen to, I played with them twice. They are absolutely amazing. I'm still friends with Rob Arnold. Such a good dude. If you have ever listened to this band, go Machine Head. Go listen to Burn My Eyes and The More Things Change. Both those albums were recorded through a PV 5150 and or it was a modified, because I don't know how they do that stuff. A modded 5150 and an Ibanez RG. No joke. And two of the greatest guitar sounding albums I've ever listened to in my entire life. Like, you listen to, 10 Ton Hammer, the first song off of Machine Head's The More Things Change. That is one of the greatest guitar tones you will ever listen to in your life. And the funny thing is, they will never be able to duplicate it.
Right.
That's what you're like, how did you do that?
It was, I was in that band for, I don't even know, 5 months, something like that. We wrote like 3 songs. We did a demo. And we were called November Gray, which I thought was a great name. I was like, great name. That's awesome. We did 3 songs, and I live 45 minutes away. It's too hard for me to travel up there to do it, to be, and Mike is, to this day, Mike is, he's in a band called Poison the Prophet, and they're phenomenal, but they're right there with one another. They can practice when they need to. And it's just, I couldn't do the travel. It's just, he's like, I love you. He says, you're original sounding. He says, I'd love to do more with you, but I was like, it's too tough. I'm sorry. I'm too far away. I'm not moving the city for a band. So
it's funny. You were talking about, you covered, that's one thing. Like, we covered like the bands we played with, such as Hatebreed, Chimera, whatever. Well, one thing we did just for shits and giggles is we're like, let's see if we can play a Korn song. Well, the first one, and I'm not saying this in disrespect to anyone in the world. I'm stating the name of the song. Okay. We covered the song Faggot, and the song was flawless. Then we did, for shits and giggles, Justin. Probably know what that is. It's off of Fall Leader. It's the one they wrote about a kid who had cancer, I think. And it's the first line. He says, "Fuck all that bullshit." And it's like really groovy.
Bullshit.
Yeah. And the funny thing is no one knew. No one knew what it was because it was completely different out of our realm. So my guitar players are doing the riff, and then my drummer starts that beat. And we stopped. We just, like, instead of going right into it, and I'm looking, and the crowd's like, "What are they doing?" And I took the mic away, and they turned it up. And it sounded like it was like distorted and far away. I was like, "Fuck all that bullshit!" And then, boom! And as soon as we hit the ring in, the crowd was like, "Oh my god!" Like they clicked in their brain, or like, "Holy crap, that's a Korn cover!"
Yeah, that's we cover. We don't do it so much. We've been really working on our own stuff lately, but we started off Deftones, a couple Deftones songs. My favorite band is actually Faith No More. Mike Patton is he's
hooray.
Hooray. Who's Faith No More? It was ever since the Real Thing, and Real Thing was there. But when they came out with Angel Dust, I fell in love with them. And I've been a fan ever since. Matter of fact, 2020 has claimed a lot of things, but I was going to see Korn and Faith No More at Berry Lake. Whew, bucket list band, favorite band of all time, and it got stolen. It's like, normally, people say, 2020, and I'm like, some stuff has been rough. Okay, it is what it, but that made me mad.
So I got it. I can almost equal that. June 6th is my birthday.
Right.
My favorite band, if you don't know, my favorite band ever is Stained.
Right.
It's different, but it's still there. Aaron Lewis was going to be in my hometown at the casino performing on my birthday. Guess what happened?
Yeah.
Canceled, rescheduled till January, and like a month from now. They're still not open. They're still not having stuff going on. He's promoting the hell out of it, and they're not even open. Yep. So I finally refunded my tickets and got the full refund. I would have been 3 seats away from him. Yeah.
I think it was either Buffalo or Syracuse. I saw Stained and Cold, and it was a gymnasium. I mean, I wasn't super close to the stage, but then again, you didn't have to be because they were right there
last year.
Yep.
No, they were amazing freaking group. Man, that's memory lane, Ben. We're talking about new metal shit. See, none of y'all know what that is. Another cover we used to play, and we did it flawlessly. Sound exactly like the band. Big Truck, Cold Chain.
Yep.
Oh my God, it's one of the most simplest songs you can play.
Yep. Big Truck, and then when Dez got into Devil Driver, that first album was amazing.
Oh yeah.
We
did the song "The Mountain." That was so good. I love playing Big Truck because now you got to try to make it your own, And I would name the city and be like, Rochester, let's go driving, because he said that, and no one knew what are you talking about. Let's go driving. And then, and I'm sitting there like whispering, "Oh, so merry." And then they don't know what you're doing until you yell "Big Truck," and they're like, "Oh,
yep."
Oh, that was so much fun playing that song, because that was the one that they knew. It was moving, motion, moving. It was so simple for the crowd to know what it was. I'm like, just sing it. You just sit there screaming back to you.
It was such a weird thing. I mean, I try and explain, stage fright was for real with me. Like, even doing this, you saw the garage videos. Me to come in my own, I have to get comfortable, and I never got super comfortable in front of people on stage, except for one time, and it was because I was mad, and I told off the crowd because we got scheduled with we're out of our element. It was a hardcore show. We're not a hardcore band. We're new metal. like a little lighter stuff, you know, this and that. And we went on first or second or third or something like that. Well, everybody started back away from the stage, and I was just like, you know, come on, guys, you know, let's get into this. They got further and further back, and finally, I was just like, well, if you hated that one, you're really gonna fucking hate this one. My drummer was so mad at me.
Oh, I used to do that too, like because you don't, there's only so many nights you can play, you know, like the band is playing Three Doors Down or whatever. You know, you have to call it as it is. Like, I was the guy. I'd like to thank all of you all for not going to go watch Hailstorm Three Doors Down. Of course they go nuts or whatever. Right. I remember I called people out. There was the very first year they did the Mayhem Festival. You remember that? It was 2009. We played with Devil Drivers down in Baltimore, downtown Baltimore. And I got to play with like Devil Driver, Despise Icon, Amura, Periphery. It was like a humongous tour came through. Right. And we were actually on the second stage. Devil Driver was in my mosh pit. True story. Nice. So I meet Josh and Mike, Jeffrey and Mike, the guitar players at the time. Yep. And I was like, I'd like to thank all you people right now who are not down at that crappy pavilion for that big old unnecessary festival. You're trying to hype up our show. And I was like, and also to you freaking idiots who went to the movies on a Sunday for that Spider-Man 3 release, screw you too. Yep. So everybody's going nuts. I'm like, this, because you got to hype up your own show. Yeah. So I get off stage, and this lead singer of Periphery and the two dudes in Devil Driver are like, because the singer was Spencer at the time. Right. He's, can I ask you a question? And I'm like, yeah, man, I didn't know who he was. But he goes, why aren't you over there with us? And I'm like, who are you? I didn't know who they were. Oh, yeah. He tells me, and I'm like, oh, hey, I'm like, oh, how you doing, sir? And, Jeff and Mike, they're like, dude, that was killer. You all are like hate breed with a punch in the face. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. I'm like, that's what we're supposed to be. And he's like, you guys have the freaking attitude. I'm like, he goes, were you pissed off? I'm like, no. It's like, no, it's just our thing. Trying to explain to people, is just like, I do all the screaming stuff, and I'm still the same person. It's just like, it's at work, they'll pick up, they're like, oh, screaming, me, this and that. It was just like, well, you do it for 3 minutes. Let's see how your voice does. And I was like, it's an instrument, man. It's distortion. It's like a guitar is distorted. You can play clean tones or you can play distorted tones. That's the same thing. It's an instrument. It's a different layer to the song. People have to understand if you're writing the lyrics to the song, there's emotion behind that, and you've got to portray that, especially if it's about someone who screwed you over. Because you're going to be pissed off, or if it's something that happened to you that pisses you off. If it's emotional, you're going to break it down. It depends on what you want to sing about. That's the thing. And I've always tried to tell people that, like, I had a female singer. I still say that was the greatest band I ever had. Oh yeah. I had a woman who sounded like Amy Lee, but she could scream like Randy Blythe of Lamb of God and O-Town. Oh, yeah. I had the best of both worlds, and we could have made it. Like, everybody who's heard that song that I always used for all those years are like, damn, that who is that? And I'm like, the greatest singer I've ever seen, Yep. It's a shame it went down the toilet as fast as it did. Right. We were going to open up for Evanescence. I mean, like, we would have probably made it, but things happen. Yep. All right. That's enough for. I'm sorry if we bored all you guys. Yeah. Band talk. What the hell are you guys doing? Let's get into what's going. What the number one. I mean, we all got in common going on here, and that's this mangy mane we got going on here. So I got to ask you. You're a consumer. Mm-hmm. Where'd you turn to? Like, legitimately, I'm going to grow out my beard. Where'd you look? It was the beginning was much like everybody else. Found Dan, found Scuba, found you, found Matt. And then I started just absorbing. And my personality type is I'm always curious. I can't look at a desk and say that's a desk. I want to know how the desk is built. Well, that's the beard was just like, all right, the scents and what do you mean carrier oils? What does this mean? All right, I bought, some sweet almond oil,
check that out. Okay, that doesn't smell as good as these. Now, why would you layer them? What benefits are there? Oh, this makes my beard feel better. Absorb. And my curiosity, it's just like, hey, okay, but like everybody, I think I found Dan first, and then I don't know if Scuba is entertaining to me. It always has been. If you want in-depth stuff, you go to kind of Dan, and if you want, descriptions of products, you go to you and Matt, type of thing. 4 very different personalities, and it was like these guys. If these guys can do this shit.
Scuba is a freaking cyberbully. He's a nerd. Dan can't read. Dan can't read. That is the salesman. He's the businessman. The business. I'm just here for decoration. That pretty much sums it up right there. You got a bully, a guy who can't read, a salesman, and a decorative artifact. That's what you got right there.
Yep.
But honestly, what was the first product you actually bought? You're like,
beard.
What was it?
Beard brand Lumberyard. I started doing research. We happened to be in Buffalo, of all places. We went to a mall, and I was 3 weeks in, and I'm like, what in the fuck? This is driving me nuts. I'm like, all right, I'm going with the beard oil. I walk in there. I look. I'm like, all right, beard brand, $15. Cool. And put it in, and immediately, oh, it's so much better.
No one understands. No one gets it. You're like, the guys at work, they ask me, and I'm like, I just go like this, put your hand out.
Yep.
And I'm like, now rub it in. And they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it was, what was that? Spartan's Den. It was beard brand, Spartan's Den, 1912, my first 3 beard oils.
All right. I got to ask you this because I'm saying this on camera and revealing it if no one doesn't know already. What did you get? The classic?
No. I got the legend.
Did you know, seriously, the scent of Spartan's Den Classic is Polo Red?
Oh, really?
Not a lot of people know it. They just call it cologne. It's Polo Red.
Yep. And then at a later date, I got Classic. I actually prefer Legend, which is kind of contrary to what most people say. Oh, I really like the Classic. It's like, no, the Legend is just better for me.
And then you got 1912. What made you get it? I got to ask.
I think it was, it was the,
was it the hype or was it
hype? People, and it caught me, and it was like, I remember playing video games, and I was just like, I'm doing my research and what have you. And then I remember being at night, I was playing video games. I was like, tomorrow at 3:00, I have to be on there because this is very exclusive. This guy doesn't make a ton of this, and people rave about it. And as soon as I got it, I'm like, dude.
Hate to say I told the world so. It's all I'm saying. It is the most unique scent I have ever smelled. There is nothing more original than that.
It's depth. I mean, I have other smoky scents and I enjoy them all, but it's got a depth to it that just not only does it, linger all day long, but it's got different notes to it. It's still that damn good. It's like, oh, what the hell?
I wanted to get it. I wanted to get the cologne he released. Unfortunately, I couldn't do it. I
saw the price tag, and I'm nothing against
money was. I didn't have a problem doing it, but I didn't have it. I was like, damn it.
It's like $85, dude. Oh, that's a bit steep for me.
I paid $100 for the one that Manny's that she loves that. So money wasn't the problem. I just didn't have it. I was like,
oh yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't a protest to the cost. It was that I didn't have that money. It was just like, I don't have $85 just lingering about.
Yeah. I can't spend that much money this close to Christmas. I can't do it.
Yep.
And so you went with the beard oils, and that's awesome. And I got to ask you, now this is not a speed round. We're going to get to that in a little bit. I got to ask you because I've watched your videos. I'm an avid watcher. This was still in the garage phone days. You did a review. Kingsman, Holy Grail.
Yep.
Now I got to you liked it. I know you did because I think you used multiple bottles of it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I got to ask you. is this oud? Is it ever going to end? I asked that question because I'm not knocking any company.
Yep.
But all you guys are using it in everything now. Everywhere I look, someone's taking that oud, mixing it with something, mixing it with something, mixing it with something, and mixing it with something, and mixing it with something. I'm to the point, I'm like, stop. Just stop. Maybe it's me.
Yep.
I prefer myself. Just give me Holy Grail.
Right.
That's all I need.
I think what is going on is
Wait a minute. Stop right there. What is going on, guys?
What is going on is makers have found out that you don't have to have the oud so prevalent that it becomes an additive. It adds to longevity. It adds the depth of the scent. So they're not using oud as oud to smell like oud. They're using it as, just to enhance whatever they're adding it to.
Yeah.
That's where I think that's going. So yes, because in the beginning, when it was just Holy Grail, when it was just Beard Octane's Liquid Gold, you could pick up oud. And then now it's become, can you pick a lot of, for instance, Fable the Grower. I love the scent, don't get me wrong, but it says, something about oud in there. And it's like, I get zero oud.
Yeah.
If you take into consideration what I just said, that it adds depth to a scent, that it adds depth to the pear and the apple in Fable's Grower, I get it now. It's an earthy. It's a depth. It really makes things last longer. I'm like, I get it. I get why they're doing it.
Maybe it's just me, and in my head, I'm like, just stop using it. Maybe that's my personal preference, maybe.
Right.
But like all the companies I've seen, they're using it. They're using it.
Yep.
I mean, hell, a company that was for they're like 8 or 9 cents in a row, and I'm like, how much money do you have?
Yep.
Yeah. That's just me, and maybe I'm being harsh, but I'm just stating my opinion. I'm like, really? I read the profile. I'm like, nope.
You're gonna have that. You're gonna have people that are just like, hey, you're overdoing it. But then again, you're gonna have a bunch of newer people are like, ooh, and they have to collect everything that says oud on it, even if you're not picking it up as much as you and I are used to. Kingsman, obviously, Holy Grail. That's
all. Wait a minute. The Madness is in here. Yep, that's his new nickname. The Madness. That's right. That right there is the Macho Man impersonator right there. Gotta see it on Instagram, man.
I love whoever did that bit when it was Hulk Hogan and Macho Man, and it was like the first time you do mushrooms with your buddy. We're going to a whole new stratosphere, brother. It's hilarious.
Who do you think has the best scented oud product? Me, honest, it's back to Kingsman.
Yeah, you got to go back to the pure. I mean, it's not. There are a ton of great scents with oud in it now because of that depth. But when you're talking about a pure oud, that's you got to go back to Kingsman, and it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people smell that; they just smell. My old man used to pick on patchouli, used to call it, dirty socks or something like that. And I think some people have that reaction to actual oud. They just don't like it. They're wrong.
What have you learned in your time in the beard game? What have you picked up on? What have you learned?
It's maybe review wise. I can speak on that. Somebody asked me, if I'm in it for the consumer, to bring honesty to the consumer, and I think it's both. I think that I understand that these aren't big companies. These aren't people, maybe Beer Brand are the exception, but they're people, and it's a passion project of theirs. They want to bring products. It's something they're invested in. So when I describe a product, if I'm doing, my job, I'm trying to not only tell the consumer what you're getting, my impression of it, but I'm also trying to, highlight what this creation is from this company, because they're people. You get to know some of them behind the scenes. It's like, holy shit, this is a good dude, but it's just a dude. It's not it's not like this big conglomerate. They got I can't even say that word, conglomerate. How do you say that?
Conglomerate. Big
ass company. It's people. people that create products, they're trying to sell products, and I think I can understand both aspects, and I try and somebody described my videos as this. I'm real. It isn't. I'm real in a mean way. I'm not. I'm a regular dude who stumbles over his words, who acts silly and this and that. I'm just a dude in my bedroom saying this stuff's awesome and you should check them out.
don't ever be negative on yourself, Ben.
No.
And I mean that because I watch your stuff and it's an honor to have you on my channel. It really is. I know you're probably thinking of the opposite direction.
Right.
Dude, I've wanted to have this conversation because I believe in your channel. I mean, right. I shouted you out in my big old live stream for 2020. I said it. You and Devin, my opinion, you're the future of the bearding game. Call me stupid, call me crazy. I watch a lot of you guys who watch me. If you ever want advice, I'll give it to you. Right. You might not like it, but I'm going to tell you, tell you how to grow, succeed. I may not have all the answers to make it big and famous, but I'm doing something right. Something right.
Yep.
But don't ever stop what you're doing. You both, you got it. You don't. I do.
Yeah, maybe it was you. It's like, oh, you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. I think one of my things is self-defamation is funny to me. I enjoy picking on myself because I know I'm very self-aware and I know when I screw up and I'll be like, ooh.
Yeah, accept it, take it. Like you screw up. Like I know guys that don't edit your blooper. If you want it in there, leave it in there.
Or one of my favorite guys is Mick, Beardy Blogger, when he puts all his outtakes at the end. Oh my God, it's hilarious. I'm like, I love that portion. Be human. I can relate to human.
Yeah. So what advice do you tell? I'm sorry. Let me jump ahead. What have you learned as a consumer? Because you still buy your stuff. What have you learned?
It's tough for me to not like something. Like there are, for instance, and I hate to keep on bringing it up, Ruddy Man made the GOAT. Now I think it's the Headmaster. It's got 2 scent profiles in it that I do not like in my beard, leather and coffee. And they are combined in that, and I hate it. As a consumer, I hate buying something, and I'm excited. People have raved about this. I get it, and I'm like, oh, damn. I don't like that. I won't be mean about it. I just, it's Bearded Mac, that tropical storm or whatever. I had to be like, it's too lime heavy. I don't like it. I'm sorry. It's like, okay. I wanted to love it.
And profile.
Yep. I want to love everything I purchase. Sometimes it doesn't always work that way.
It's true. I said it on camera. Tropical Storm is my least favorite one. It's just something I wouldn't wear. It's great. It feels great in my beard. It works. The scent, I'm like, no, I don't want to smell this all day. That's it. That's all.
I sent it down to my buddy in Florida who, per my suggestion, grew a beard. He always had a beard, just grew it longer. And I've been sending him product just like, dude, I have 2.
He probably loves mango lime.
He loves Tropical Mac. It's great.
What have you learned as a community member?
I stay out of everything the best I can.
What have I learned? I don't like any of you. That's what I've learned, right? I don't like any of you. That's a joke, people.
Yeah. I'm not going to change out. Say if I come out and I say, frickin' Devin, that guy's a jerk and he's doing this. It's just going to come back negatively on me. It's not going to do a damn thing to him. So I just, what? Life is life. You're not always going to agree with everybody. I just gently pull back. I let whatever happen. And then I go back in nice and easy because, like I said, this is my happy place. The beard community is my happy place.
And wait a minute. And how did you get that? Mr. Cam? Yeah, Mr. Giveaway winner of the year all this year. Yeah, you're welcome.
I was on a roll. Like at the beginning of the year, I was on a roll. I was getting some stuff. And then all of a sudden, it was like, it comes in batches. It's like, oh.
It does. It does. I've won a couple. And I usually, for the most part, I pass them on unless it's something I really want to try. But Camo Cam has been tearing it up on my channel like for the last few months, And then he's like, "Oh no, I'm not." Yeah, you are. You are, Dan.
There are the few. Devin is one. Camo Cam. Bearded
Look at him. He
Metal
smiles.
Chef.
He smiles.
Yep,
See?
Bearded Metal Chef. There are some that just come in there and they're snipers. They got them.
What advice would you give someone who is wanting to get into the beard game as a consumer, as a community member, and as a reviewer?
As a consumer, don't go crazy right away. There is everybody's got the new coming out all the time. Don't try and keep up with the Joneses. It is too difficult, and you will get in trouble with your significant other. I've experienced this, numerous times. Do you really need it? You have 20 other oils. I'm like, yeah. As a community member, just I don't know. Be easy, be chill. There's no need to be up in everybody's shit all the time, I guess, is that. And as a reviewer, I don't know, just try and be you. And I'm the fault of this as well. You referenced the garage videos. I was trying to be professional. I was like sweet almond oil and castor oil, and it was dull. It was dull. There would be little bits I'd let out, and I was scared to. It's just like, listen, nobody's going to find you, or some people might, but let yourself out. Somebody will appreciate it.
What were you thinking that day that I typically do to everyone?
Yep.
You won my giveaway with Damn Yankee.
And
I called you. You're probably like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. I'm like, is this dude calling me? I was too. And I'm like, Beard Times with Scott is calling me. Why?
What were you thinking? Because like I even said when that night, I was like, I want to give it to this guy because I'm watching his videos. When you got it, because I don't think we talked. What do you think when you first got it? You're like, considering me and Pete made that, and I'm like, here.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think. Tell me your thoughts of that.
I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it set off a trend of me really liking tobacco scents. Not only that, cedar's in there too, but it kind of, I don't know what I was feeling at the time or what my scent, what you consider your profile, but all of a sudden it was like, I really love this. Maybe tobaccos are what I'm looking for. And I went on a tobacco binge. I had to have everything. I was like, oh, tobacco. I think it was directly after that. Was it before or after? I don't know. But it really inspired me to start to look into it. I'm changing a little bit now. I do appreciate fruitier scents now. I still love the tobaccos. I love the deep, rich stuff, but I'm now experimenting. Like I like that brightness. I like it kind of like, I'm
getting into them a little bit more.
Yep.
I'm not the biggest citrus because they don't last for me. And that's a proven fact.
Yep.
I'm like, give me a citrus. Show me something.
Yep.
I still go back to Pete's. It's just orange and black pepper. That's all it's in.
Yep.
I really like that. It's just, it works for me. That's the only reason why I stick to it. Got it. Putting you on the spot. Who do you look up to? Like, who inspires Ben Taft when it comes to putting out these videos?
Ooh. Who the hell do I honestly, Matt.
Thank you.
Yep. Matt, although you don't see him as much as, I would like to, I love Matt's delivery. I love the personal feeling. You're there. You're in his bathroom. You're just, he's such a stand-up guy. I've always really appreciated him.
I've always wondered, every video he makes, call me a pervert, I don't care.
Yep.
I want to know if he's wearing pants. I don't think he is.
It's a legitimate question.
I don't think he's wearing pants.
Yep. He's just, I don't know, whatever it is, his delivery is great. It's not, it's that balance between professionalism and personality, because he lets both in, and I love to see that human stuff. Obviously, I think Dan's progression is also doing the same thing. He's starting to be a little more, not that he was a robot before, but he seems more human. He seems more approachable type of thing. And I think it's great for his brand. I think that's phenomenal. You're getting to see more of him. I love it.
Dan can't read. I tell him that all the time. you're like the business beard and the teacher.
Yeah.
What channels do you recommend? I guess you call this a shout out. Who would you recommend people watch? Or who you watch?
Yeah, who do it? Devin, every time he drops a video, I'm not even trying to shout him out on purpose. Like literally, when he drops a video, I'm there. Obviously, you.
He's smooth. He
is. I mean, not for nothing. I dropped a little constructive criticism. Hey, your music's a little loud. You might want to take that down. I can't hear you. I want you. Either get the microphone closer to you. I want to hear you more. I enjoy the background music. I think it's all his video qualities there. His B-rolls are in there now. It's just he's getting very, very good, and I really enjoy it.
Well, he better know how to read because I pay for his tuition. So I mean, all right, let's wrap this up. Give me what is in the future of Ben Jamin? What we got coming? What do you got in the works, Benjamin?
More of the same. I play it like I was thinking about it today when I was taking a shower, and I was like, all right, I got to do this live stream, and I was like, dude, I don't even know what video I'm gonna do next. And I know, like I talked to Chris, company to be named later. He's just like content, and I'm like, I don't know if I have it in me. It's just at a whim. Like I have some stuff that I could do, but it's just like I have to be in the mood to do it. And I was trying to do 2 videos a week, and it's just like, why don't we back that down to a video a week? Because I feel too much pressure doing it. I want it to be fun. I don't want it to be a job.
Right. I love the fact that you took our collaboration picture and made it your default for YouTube. That's badass. That was a picture we did just for shits and giggles, man. That was fun. Yeah, I gotta agree with you.
Yep.
Great content. Don't get me wrong, but don't do it because you feel you have to do it.
Yeah,
don't do it. And I mean that. Like today, I was going to film a video today, my number 4 company, which you all will have to wait to watch and find out who it is. But I was like, it was about 2:00 in the afternoon. I said, I ain't feeling it. So I'm doing it tomorrow.
And there have been numerous times when I've gotten in here, right here. And I mean, if it is a nonstop swear fest, like if I ever released my B-roll or my bad footage, like it's just me going like, hey, what's going on? What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. It happens. It happens. It really does.
Yep.
So that's going to wrap up our interview, but are you ready?
Ooh, the hot seat.
Now it's official. You are now in the speed round. Are you ready? I mean, I told you got to be ready because you never know what you're going to get. That's a reference to a Tom Hanks movie, people. You should have known what that is by now. Anyway, we always start out with the first one. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Pineapple on pizza?
Hell to the nah.
Okay. Your favorite candy bar?
I've thought about this. Sweet, tart stuff, anything, spree, stuff like that.
And you're a candy guy, not a chocolate guy.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. What's your favorite candy?
It's probably spree or something like that.
Okay. All right.
I do like Reese's Pieces a lot, though. I can tell you that.
Okay. Candy, I would got Skittles or Airheads, one or the other.
Ooh, Airheads are good too.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
And how do you take that coffee?
Lots of cream, lots of sugar. Yep.
What kind of coffee? Like
currently, I am addicted. Literally, like I get upset if I don't have 1850 coffee by Folgers. It's a stone ground. Oh, so good.
I've never heard of that. I'm going to have to look for that. Okay.
Yep.
This one's a different one just because I tried to change it up for you. How do you eat eggs?
I used to have them sunny side up. I do them over easy now just because I've lost the slimy. I don't like the slimy anymore.
Ketchup on eggs?
Huh?
Ketchup on the eggs?
Ooh.
What do you put on eggs? Salt and pepper. Okay.
Yep.
Punk rock or hardcore? You can only pick one.
Hardcore.
Danzig or Graves?
Danzig, but Danzig getting knocked out by that dude even funnier.
I knew you were going to say that. Okay. Glenn Danzig or Jamie Josta?
Ooh, Jamie Josta. I love the positivity of hardcore music. I love the perseverance, the kind of, it is a little, because I'm more of a metal type of dude, the repetitive, it gets to me a little bit. I like the breakup of metal, you know.
Okay. Jamie, oh, this one's a tough one. Jamie Josta or Henry Rollins?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, I did. I went there.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah. You got to pick one.
Yep. I'm gonna go with Josta only because Rollins he just hasn't done something in so long that it's, you know, it's out of my head.
Your favorite video game?
Oh my goodness.
Old school or new, doesn't matter.
Ooh, I'm gonna the hours I put into Tony Hawk Pro Skater is just phenomenal. All the way up. I went PS2 and I was, you know, up to 4 or 5, something like that. I was just crazy about it.
Hey, Hillbilly Donald, thanks for tuning in. I see you in here. All right. Beard comb or beard brush?
Beard brush. But beard combs are nice. Chicago combs are awesome.
You, I think, are the first person to pick beard brush, and I ain't kidding.
I have a round brush that I style with every day, and then I have a pillow brush from Beard Octane that I love. But maintenance, my Chicago comb, to clean stuff up. That's what I kind of finish off with. I don't use a boar's hair anymore. I don't even know where it is. It's gone.
Okay. I was just say, so your for type of comb, you're a Chicago comb. So am I.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't get me wrong. I still have my Kent comb and my ox
Yes.
and stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, they've taken a back seat.
The number, I think it's the number 6 I have. It's got the both. It's got the fine teeth and the long teeth. It's just long enough. It's perfect for my beard. It's absolutely perfect.
If I could be endorsed, sponsored, whatever, you know, I would be 100% behind Chicago Combs' carbon fibers all day long.
Yep.
Love that line. Your beard wash routine?
I wash my beard every single day because of the filthy job I am in. Whether or not I condition is really how my beard feels when I wash it. Okay. I mix it up. I still have some of what I won said stuff there. I really enjoy that still. Barden's awesome. LCW. I got some Chesapeake stuff. I bounce all around. I kind of use this, use that, use this. What do I feel like today? Okay, this.
Is beard balm becoming a pastime?
Yes.
You heard it, people.
I own 4, and I haven't touched them in months.
Eliminate one. Beard butter or a shower and conditioner? In-shower conditioner, excuse me. You got to lose one.
Right. I would lose the in-shower conditioner only because oil and butter are way more important than conditioner.
Best oud scent?
Ooh, yeah, it's still got to be Kingsman.
Best tobacco scent?
Oh, today
I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, today it's probably still Panama. It's still my number one. There are some super good ones, but Panama, I still have it. I bought a 4-ounce tub. I used up that 2-ounce freaking butter, and I bought a 4-ounce tub. I still have it.
Did you see the one we did with the Yeti label?
Yes. Yep.
I had that was the original. That was going to be the original one, and he didn't want to get in kind of trouble. I was like, dude, it was just a joke. I was like, call Panama.
I did. I think it was Royal Beardsman. There's a lot of really good tobacco scents. It's just I have not fallen out of favor with tobacco. They've taken a little bit of backseat, so it's you know.
Best barbershop scent?
Ooh. It's been a while since I've gotten one. The last really good one I got was Lux's original. Okay. That's really good.
A sleeper company that you needed to if you want to recommend, guys, you got to try this company if you don't
Beard Mana all day long. Just drawing a blank. Bearded Mac and Bearded Zebra.
Okay.
Those 2 guys got together. Beard Mana. Their scents, they don't have a butter yet. Their scents are on point. They are really, really good. And they're like $13 for a bottle of beard oil. It's like hell to the yeah.
I've heard you and other people tell me about them. So
they're good. They really are.
One beard oil forever for the Feel and Beard. Who's the company?
Feel and Beard. I think I'll probably go with Chesapeake Scarecrow. He's got a little bit of emo in it now. His current blend has emo in it. Made it perfect in my book.
One beard oil forever for scent.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
1912. I'm going it.
It's not all me, people. You heard it.
It's
news. You heard it.
I love smoky scents. I know there's people that don't like the smoke, but I fucking love it.
All right. This is a two-parter. Mount Rushmore for companies. Who are the big four?
Ooh. Wow.
In no particular order, just four.
Right. My personal four.
Yeah.
I'll just go by the probably the ones I use the most. It'd be Chesapeake, Defined. Honestly, I don't use Lux all that much. I do, I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't use them that much. I don't use I really been on a cycle of like Chesapeake and or Defined lately. Those are my two go-to as of right now. It's not that I don't takes any love away from other companies, but those two are just it. And then I did get some of Tailored that's pretty good, but it's not quite there yet. Damn, the other two are tough. I'm going to go Beard Octane, and then I think Barden.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then the Mount Rushmore of reviewers, who would they be?
Damn. I'm good. I will take Scuba out only because he doesn't do it that more anymore. I know he has the most followers.
He's a bully.
Wrong. He just doesn't.
Bully.
Yep. He doesn't cover anything anymore, so he doesn't technically do reviews anymore. So you're starting to fade as well. I'm not picking on you. I'm just saying. But Dan's constantly there. He is the staple. He is the go-to. I love Mike Cribbs. He's so passionate about everything. Devin's become one of my new favorites. And, like I said, I'm not taking you out of this to be insulting. Just you don't do reviews all that
Sure,
often.
man.
Yep. And who the hell else do I like that? Brian's really done a great job too. I'm going to say Beards and Banjos. His content wicked up and he's doing some different things. I really love that. I don't always comment on his stuff, but I do. I listen to people's reviews when I'm at work because I can wear headphones. Mm-hmm. So I put them on and I set it down and I listen. His Grumpy Old Man series, that's awesome. I love it.
The best things out in the community right now.
Yep, it's great.
Name one person you'd like to meet in the bearded community.
Oh, I'll go with Dan only because I think that we're not the same person. We're both positive. I think we could find conversation like that. It would just roll. It would be good. Even though, we're two different, completely different people. We have different passions and everything, but I think that our mindsets are similar, that we're looking towards positivity. We're looking towards, just engaging like, hey dude, nice to meet you.
Okay.
Yep.
Who would, three wishes in the world? You find the Aladdin lamp, three wishes. What would they be?
I thought I heard my wife say that she's spying like he better say me, just to continue to be happy, obviously something, maybe I don't need to be rich to be financially secure for the rest of my life. I can find happiness in the dumbest of things, so I don't need possessions. I don't need a whole bunch of crap to make me happy. And in long, good health for a long time. Just, I'm a simple man. I don't need a lot.
And one more.
Oh,
happy, money, and health. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Fine. No, well, no. There's got to be a 1969 Boss 429 Mustang if I have to have a possession.
All right. One thing you wish you could go back and do again / fix.
My channel being afraid of what people were going to say about me and I spent a majority of my life being scared of my own shadow. And into my 30s, something cracked. Finally, it came about me. Like, stop concerning yourself with everybody's opinion of you. Just be you. I should have known that doing this, but it's a whole new thing. Being in front of the camera, staring at a little round thing and just like, holy shit, I'm going to put this on the internet. It freaked me out. Had I known, I could have had decent success, at least entertainment wise, just being myself. I would have done it sooner,
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm putting you on the spot here. The worst beard experience you've had.
Oh, damn. I hate to say, I like the guy. I've seen him. I think Tyson interviewed him. He seems like a nice guy and everything. Beard jelly, not boss man.
Okay,
wasn't for me. It was not for me. It's not that it's a bad product. It's got all good things in it. It's just it was very greasy. I didn't like it at all.
I was waiting for it. My response to that one. Not that you did anything wrong or whatever. I think people use way too much of it, and that's the misconception.
It could be.
As compared to your fingertip worth or whatever, you need half of that in the beard jelly, and that's all you need. A little goes a very long way with the beard jelly. And
I tell people, ask me how much beard oil you use, and try in general. I'm like, you just kind of balance it out for yourself. Like, my beard will suck up a dropper easy. Yeah. It's gone. It's just like, not everybody's beard's like that though. It's like, dude, if you do, more than a quarter of it, you're going to be saturated. I don't know how to fix that.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, that's going to conclude it until we always have two questions at the end. Number one, who would you like to see in the hot seat?
Ooh, damn. Who haven't you done? Is the more of the question. Has Camo ever been on?
Camo Cam has not been in the seat yet.
I will say Camo only because I don't think I know enough about the guy, and I think that from he's so good with history and stuff like that. It'd be interesting for you to pick his brain about some stuff.
Okay, all right. Anyone else?
Oh, trying to think who the hell you had on, because I'm going to say somebody you already did him. Our community is big, but it's not huge type of thing.
I was thinking that myself. I'm looking to, if we continue doing it in 2021, which I'm pretty sure we are, I want to get some community members, not necessarily reviewers and company owners. I want to get community members such as Cam. I'm getting Chad Straza. Chad Straza is going to be in the hot seat. I don't care. Madness is going to be in there. I want to get some community members.
Yep. I think it'll give you not only, just in general, a different dynamic, I'm a reviewer. I'm a community member that occasionally does videos, but I think that your community members get to, they're like you said, a consumer. They purchase from here or there. They have different eyes on the way things are going compared to how you and I look at them and be like, oh, why'd that person say that? Why'd this person do that? They may be like, that's not a big deal. Nobody cares.
Right.
That type of thing.
Okay. Community members in general. I'll add that. Community members. And I always ask, because I'm open for any and all constructive criticism, what should I add or change to opening the door? I ask every person, give me your opinion, good or bad.
I think it's great. I just in general, just having a conversation with people, and I think people enjoy that. Like I said, I am a huge fan of seeing people be human. Just not the show and stuff. And it's not that when you get edited videos and stuff, you get it's great factual information and everything. I know why it's structured that way. It's professional. But I like to see the human. I like to see the flaws. It makes me feel more secure. Like, hey, I trust this dude because he's like me. type of thing. So conversations like this are what I look for. It's like, yeah, that's awesome. Now you feel as if I know you better. You know me better. It's good stuff, just in general.
All right. Well, you have survived the hot seat. Now, they're always added to everyone's interview. You don't have to do this, but Cedric from Beer Justice added for the guest to put me in the speed round. If you have any questions for me, fire away, but you don't have to.
Not a ton, but are you going to make music again? Ooh.
We'll just leave that at a ... How's that?
I can I can offer you this advice. When you've taken such a break, there is not only are you glad to be back in it, but there's a better appreciation for it. You're older, you're wiser, you're calmer. And you can really sit back and be like, this is just to see your friends, your people, whoever you're involved with create something from nothing. It's like, this is really good. It's enjoyable. I find it way more enjoyable than I did before. Even, I was playing shows before. Now we're just creating music. It's like, this is even better, man.
Because you're enjoying it. You're appreciating it more.
Yep.
I'll just leave that at a ... How's that? ...
Absolutely. Yep. But that's it.
That's all right, man. You didn't always. Cedric said, give everybody the option. So that's why I always say you don't have to. You don't have to. Some people have had pages ready for me, and I'm like, shoot, okay.
Still, as simplistic as said, I wanted to bring it up because you said as simplistic as his African black soap and argan is. I love that wash. I do every time. I'm like, I'm going to use it. And I'm like, yep. I love it.
I have Iron Lion from Damn Yankee, Cedric's African Black Soap Wash, and Iowa Beer Companies. And I can't lie, I made all three work. I really can't say one's better than the other. Whatever that shit is, it works.
It's good. I have I don't have it in here anymore. I think I have just I was using it before, the liquid versions came out, and I was using it more of a strippy type of thing. Not that it was overly strippy, but it did a real good job of getting stuff out. And then when I got said stuff, I was like, wow, that's nice.
And it's still to this day of pine tar soap, but I love using African black soap just as much.
Yep.
Always like that, man. Well, Ben, I want to say thank you because we're working to 2 hours here. I want to cut it off because unfortunately, Mandy has to take me to work for the next 4 days, and I'm waiting her to punch me after tonight. So,
I'm sure.
But I want to thank you because you are wrapping up 2020 in the hot seat. So,
thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
I do appreciate you coming on here, man. It's been fun. And as I always say, I feel like I have a friend now and not just a colleague, a comrade. I have a friend, and I appreciate it, man.
Cool.
Well, that's going to conclude opening the door for 2020, everybody. So we had 25 episodes, and I got to honestly say, I had my goal at like episode 18. I got handholds in the hot seat.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to Tyson from Faithfully Bearded and Kansas City Dave. They made it happen for me. And I honestly had no idea what I was going to do after that because that was my number one goal was to get Bomb Diggity Top Dog, and it happened. And I was like, now what? I didn't know what to do. And I'm going to continue doing this, but I'm going to take off for a couple weeks. I'm going to reset. Get through the holidays and stuff. I got a couple more videos coming out for my top companies of the year. And that's going to wrap up 2020. So I'm going to have, I got some stuff lined up for 2021 already.
Nice.
But I will tell you guys now, just because it's long overdue. And every time that I get on camera with this dude, we just rattle each other's brains. I love the guy. We're starting 2021 with Barbado Joe.
Nice. Yes.
Gotta have Barbado Joe in here. So
I have matter of fact, I sent him a message because I started watching his Beards of America.
Yeah.
Phenomenal work. I told him, I said, I think that it would be great as a podcast as well, because like I said, I can't watch videos at work. I listen to them though, and it comes off like a great podcast, just a knowledge, kind of, it's really good. I like it.
I want to start 2021 with Barbado Joe. We don't have a date set, like I said, but he will be the first guest of 2021. So be on the lookout. Barbado Joe is the first guy in the hot seat of next year.
Awesome.
Thank you once again, man, for being in the hot seat. I appreciate
Thank you very much for having me.
Everybody, if I don't talk to you, have a Merry Christmas and all that good stuff. Sail hating. Ha ha ha. That's a joke, people. And everybody keep on bearding. And your sign off will be?
My sign off will be, dude, guys.
I'll catch you in the next one.